Yeah, here we go, baby. I love you guys are looking at me like, wow, Rosie O'Donnell has let herself go. It's a good job. Gained a little weight, everybody. And I know I gained the weight because of that button right there. Look how hard that button's working right there. Working harder than the people that built the pyramids. Look at that. Whole shirt must be made of Egyptian cotton. I love you all can see the button, but I can't see the button. I love the buttons because it's a perfect example of our economic statuses in the country. Like, look at that top button right there. Look, that's the top 1%. Look, that button ain't doing anything, man. Look at that button. Sitting up there every day being a button. Look at me, I'm the top button. I'm the top button because my dad was the top button. You know what, I'm bored. Let's go to space. And you look here, and then this is like your top CEOs and your politicians, and they're kind of working. And then you get down here to the rest of us. And we're just working so hard, trying to hold this whole country together. If these buttons give out, I turn into a cholo. Love this man. Come to you guys from Lee County, Florida. All right, yeah. I'm a 4th generation Floridian. So I took my son over to the Historical Society to try to find our family lineage. And when you go to the Historical Society, you find your family by the year they graduated high school. That's when I found out none of my family graduated high school. My son was all worried. He's like, where are we going to find our family, Dad? I was like, I got you, boy. So I took him over to LeeCountySheriffs.org. I was like, there's me, Mom, there's Peepop. I had a crazy family, I did. My mom used to steal my grandma's car. She'd take my grandma's car and she'd push it down the driveway and then down the road so my grandma couldn't hear her start it. This never worked for me because we had a gravel driveway and the walls to our trailer were so thin, you know? Every time I tried, she'd come out and be like, hey, you can't take the truck, it's still hooked to the house. Amazing. Love being from my hometown. I'd have to say my favorite person in my family, hands down, is my grandmother. She's the matriarch of our family. She's where I get my comedy from, and this year she turned 80 years old, everybody. Give her a round of applause. She's amazing. We've always played pranks and tricks on each other, you know? Like when I was getting older, she'd be like, don't worry about getting bigger, boy. If you got tools, you need to build a shed over it, right? I'm like, Grandma, my shed's getting so big I can't find my tools, okay? It's getting out of control. And I've always tried to get her, but I can't get her. She's sharp as a tack. Like two years ago, I take her out to lunch. She's sitting across from me. I say, Grandma, don't mess this up for me. I'm going to mess with the waitress, right? Waitress comes up, and I'm like, hey, do you have a boyfriend or anything? And she's like, oh, my God, no, I don't. I was like, you have to try this website. It's called oppositesattract.com. That's where we met. See? Yeah. How it works is you put your information in, and they find the opposite for you. Like example, I was born in 1982. She's born 1928. See how it works? I like Pepsi. She likes Coke. I'm a nice guy. She's an old witch. And my grandma didn't miss a beat. She's like, yeah, and I weigh 125. He weighs 521. Grandma! Waitress just walked away like, cute couple. Oh, man. I'm glad to be here. I flew into Nashville this morning, so that was a fun little thing. The planes are crazy. I'm sitting there. I got my tray table down. The lady in front of me sets her seat back. Tray table just throat chops me right in the neck. Now her head is nestled perfectly in my lap. I'm looking her dead in her eye, right? So I have to put my seat back, which then puts my head into a black guy's lap. And he looks down at me, he goes, you gonna go to sleep? And I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, night-night. Gave me a little kiss on the forehead. It was nice. When I woke up, he held the phone so we could watch Netflix together, you know? It's actually a good flight. I liked it. It's been a good year for me, man. Been a good year. My son turned 13 this year. So yeah, that was nice. It was a big milestone for us, so we took him to a water park. Now, I know these slides have weight limits on them, so I figured I'd try to trick them. I went online, I bought an ab shirt, right? If you don't know what this is basically a tank top and a boa constrictor have had a baby. And I thought it was gonna push everything in. Nope, just pushed it down and up. That's all it did. I look like a marshmallow with a rubber band wrapped around it. I had this like inner tube of skin around my waist and a very voluptuous bosom. My son talks to me going the tallest ride in the park, right? It's like this 9-story tall ride. And the whole way up, there's a voice on the intercom that's like, this ride is not intended for people over 250 pounds. I figured he's not gonna let me on the ride. I get up there, it's a teenager running it. He doesn't care at all, right? He just looks me right in my chest and goes, come on through, ma'am, it's fine. As soon as I go over the edge, I know I have made a mistake, okay? I just immediately hit Mach 3. The water is evaporating from under my body, okay? That ab shirt gives up and explodes off of me. Sounds like somebody opened up a big old can of biscuits. I hit that water barrier at the bottom, 6-foot tidal wave shoots over the side. My wife's standing at the bottom waiting for me, and she said, just as I was coming down the slide, there was a family walking past. She said she heard the wife go, why does the whole park smell like biscuits? Then a wall of water hit her kids, and the husband was like, oh my God, that's Rosie O'Donnell. That's my time, everybody. I'm Nathan Wallace. You guys have a nice night.